Well, the main opposition leader in Pakistan, Benazir Bhutto, remains prisoner in a home tonight, surrounded by hundreds of armed representatives of a military government tightening its grip on that country. Faced with that, she called for its leader, Pervez Musharraf, to quit and asked the United States today to turn its back on its ally. Stuart Greer has been on the front lines of demonstrations continuing to take place in Islamabad. Stuart.
Kevin, placing Benazir Bhutto under house arrest has stopped the long march to here, the capital, but it hasn't quelled the anger or pockets of protest.
Freedom! We want freedom! We want freedom!
Off the air, but not muzzled. Pakistan's cable news station staged noisy protests today against emergency rule and a news blackout, now into its second week. And there, in the middle of it all, Meena Samreen of Toronto. She came to Islamabad last year to join the country's first English-language news station, Dawn News. And she says the growing outrage at President Musharraf's clampdown isn't just boiling over here, but also abroad.
There was a protest in Toronto a few days back in regards to what was happening here. And so he's having this huge backlash, and for him, it's his downfall.
Benazir Bhutto has asked President Musharraf to step down.
A fraction of Dawn TV's normal audience may have caught tonight's headlines that are still allowed to be streamed on the internet and satellite. It seems Ms. Bhutto has now completely ruled out any power-sharing deal with President Musharraf. Her supporters rounded up today after calls for his resignation and for her release from house arrest. But just how much of this is getting through to the local population? Newspaper sales here have skyrocketed due to the cable blackout, but that doesn't necessarily mean people are more informed, because only 60% of the population is literate. Most get their news from television. So in the last week, there has been a boom in sales of satellite dishes and converters. But it won't last. The Musharraf government today banned any new imports of satellite technology. And if the media moguls here are worried, they don't show it. They say they've been through worse.
We have seen violence against the media, and we have survived, and we have struggled.
And this is one struggle journalists here say they will continue until the Musharraf government lifts its emergency blackout. Stuart Greer, Global News, Islamabad, Pakistan.